We've had a load of new Patreons this week.
Good.
Say hello to Dave Keane.
Hiya, Dave.
To Matt Bishop.
Big up yourself.
Craig Fitzpatrick.
Craig.
Justin Gorman. Now, I'm sure I've asked Justin this before. You're not the Justin Gorman that produced Rise, are you? I've asked you that before, so the answer's no. He's gone up
Justin Gorman says, yes, it's me.
No, it's not Justin at all. Is it? That's freaky. Right, so we have a lot to address. First of all, Justin, are you still there? If you feel like calling up tonight, you'd be very welcome. But if you feel like talking on the phone privately, you'd be very, very welcome.
Even on a Sunday?
And if you'd rather exchange WhatsApp messages, I would love to chat and see what you're up to. I don't know if you're still there. So yeah, Justin was the producer of Rise, which I was a big fan of at the time. Then I dismissed it, and now I'm a big fan of it again. Yeah. Justin's there. Justin, I don't know. Do you want to? You don't want to come on this tonight, do you?
Or do you?
You'd be very welcome. We got the Skype up, but no pressure if you don't want to. But I would love to. You can call. All right. Oh, this is weird. All right. So the phone number. Put the phone number in the chat. This is weird, man. He's a really, really nice person, but that was 20 years ago. Who knows? 0203 286 6370 is the phone number. Here we go. This is that Justin Gorman?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Oh my God! It totally is. I recognise that voice. How are you doing, my love?
I'm very well. How are you? I saw you were doing this, and I thought, oh, how lovely it would be to see what you're doing. I didn't see you since we changed box sets. I think probably. I think that's when you were on LBC.
Oh God! What was that?
Yeah, I had your Soprano box set when we were at Rise.
Yes.
And I think you had my 6 Feet Under. And so I rang in and said, I want my 6 Feet Under box set back. And you said, well, you can't have it unless you give me my Sopranos back. So we met and had a coffee and we swapped. Yeah. That's probably the last time we spoke.
We did. And do you know what? I didn't watch either of those box sets. Terrible, right?
That's good. Yeah, that is terrible.
That is. Oh, that's really
disappointed.
Genuinely disappointed at that. So, well, a little bit. What? Because do you know I've been uploading episodes of Rise the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'd heard, and that's what made me go, oh, I'll have to check this out because, yeah, my goodness me. Not only is that quite a while ago, but it comes with a lot of baggage, doesn't it?
There is a lot of baggage.
There were very early starts, and yeah, and then I went on to do lots of things, and then hey ho, yeah. Recently, I just sort of stopped working in telly about 6 months ago. So I've been doing it all for ages. For ages, I've just taken a break. Yeah.
What? If I ask you anything that's too personal, or private, then just say it. But did you stop out of choice?
Yeah, pretty much. A mixture of things.
Right.
A mixture of things.
Okay. Did you end up being a commissioning editor at Channel 4 at one point?
I was the head of entertainment at Channel 4.
Oh, yeah, that's all. Yeah. Yes, I remember doing an office pilot for a quiz show for you. That was one of those. I think I did turn on and see that quiz show being hosted by Jimmy Carr. Oh. That was quite often the way I do an office.
Whatever happened to him though?
I do an office pilot, which is like a really awkward. You do a run through of a quiz or a chat show or something in an office. And I did that a few times, and yeah, Jimmy would always end up hosting it. I owe you an apology, and maybe we'll do this privately, but I was an arsehole during Rise, man. And I was taking a lot of cocaine, and I was full of a lot of fear, and that fear came out as arrogance, and it came out as entitlement, and inside I was absolutely shitting myself. And I remember several occasions shouting at you, and I owe you a huge apology for that, man. That was unacceptable behaviour.
You know what you don't. I know you were scared at the time, but do you know what? No, you weren't. You weren't that bad. Honestly.
Okay.
So I mean, you know, it was one of those. It's of the moment, of the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
But actually, I had a good laugh with you. I had a nice time. I actually really enjoyed it. It was quite a learning curve, going from making shit reality shows to being the editor-in-chief of Rise. Which for a year, I lasted a year. And then I just got worn out, I think. I thought, I'm not doing breakfast shows again.
It was absolutely relentless. I'm really proud of it now. I look back on it. I for a long time I hated my TV career, and I saw it as failure. And then I found I've got 4 boxes of VHS tapes. God knows why I kept them. And I was kind of going through them, and there's a few episodes of Rise because there's nothing online. There's a few other bits and pieces. And like I said, I've not sat down and watched. I'm not going to watch a full 3 hours, but I've watched bits. I flicked through it and uploaded it. It was good, man. It was good. Do you remember? Oh, do you remember when the Gulf War kicked off? And
I do.
We
I
had
got
to
so told off.
because why did you get told off?
Because the channel at the time said you've just got to keep doing the normal show. Just do the normal show. Don't do anything else. And I thought, well, I'm sort of running the ship here, and I thought that'd be really weird to not acknowledge that we'd gone to war. And I hadn't slept because I had like the bat phone in my bedroom, and they'd say, this is what's going on, and the lawyers and all that stuff. My wife loved it. And I remember getting in, and we all talked about it. And I said, well, look, we've got to talk about it. Otherwise we look really fucking stupid. Yeah. And we talked about it, and they sent over, the Channel 4 police came in and sat down and spoke to me, and I hadn't slept for 2 days. And I wasn't even cross, I was just upset. Because I was like, surely it's a live show. We need to talk about it. Otherwise it's a bit weird. We've all gone to war. We're going, well, hey, let's play a game, do something daft. So we did talk about it, and then, they got really, really cross with me and said, you didn't do what you were told. So I got my knuckles wrapped. But,
I do remember that. I have a few other things. I remember when I was away on holiday, Kate Lawler, who I speak to occasionally, and I think she's absolutely fabulous, said that Hitler was a great leader. Were you there for that? Were you there for that?
No, I can't remember. But we're... Do you know what? I'm just going to say yes, I was, because that's too good.
she got caught up, in saying, she was trying to say he was very powerful and commanding, and people, but she said Hitler was a great leader. And I remember coming back, and it was in all the papers, and it was huge, and I also remember her giving away the ending of Matrix 2 or 3. I can't remember which one.
Oh. Yeah.
There were a few things like that. And I also remember the show really getting good the last 3 or 4 months when we knew it'd been cancelled. And we kept going, well, what are they going to do? Are they going to fire us? And it got very, very loosey-goosey. And I wish it had been able to have started like that, because that was a good show. Yeah.
Do you know what? It actually did. It built really well.
Yeah.
Starting something like that from absolutely nothing. Because it wasn't the same show when we took over. It was the Rise before, wasn't it? Sort of out Sky, and then you came in, and it was a whole new team. And it was. Do you know what? I do remember it fondly. It was fun. It was bonkers, but it was fun. It was good fun. There were some great guests on there as well. I mean, we've got really good people to come on and have a giggle, and it's quite difficult to have a giggle when we got there at 4 a.m.
We did have some good... I remember Marty Pello cancelled because... do you remember once we got 0 viewers? Noddy had more viewers than us. Do you remember we had a Noddy sat in the back, someone dressed as Noddy once. I made a reference to it, and Marty Pello cancelled. I remember you surprised me with Gene Simmons from Kiss.
That's right, yeah.
I'm trying to... we had the Spice Girls, some of the Spice Girls on. We had Girls Aloud on. We had Girls Aloud on after the toilet incident with Cheryl Cole, and we weren't allowed to mention that.
No, you're not allowed. Do not mention the war. Yep.
We had Marco in. Well, we had some good people. It was a good show, and I now 20 years later, I look back on it with a lot of affection, and it was honestly, Justin, you taught me so much, right? And I the lessons that I still hold true today. You taught me so much, and I'm so grateful that you could see that I was frightened. I didn't know you knew that, and were able to guide me through that rather tricky time in my life, and help me make something that I'm actually really, really proud of now. So thank you, man.
Well, that's very cool. What a lovely thing to say. So there you go. That's how I just thought I had to speak to you. So But I'll try and track you down, and we should go for a cup of tea.
Well, what I will do is
when
I've
you're
got
not doing one
your
of these things.
I've got your email now, so I'll send you an email in the next few days with my phone number. And I would whereabouts you? I'm in Aylesbury now, of all places. Whereabouts are you?
Oh, I'm still in the darkest depths of southeast London.
There we go.
So
that's
yeah,
what TV
yeah.
money does for you. And how is everyone well and safe and healthy in your life?
Absolutely.
Good.
Two beautiful girls, 20 and 17, and I'm
Bloody hell.
still married to Emily. 25 years.
Oh, congratulations, man. That's magic.
So still hanging in there by my nails.
That's magic. Listen, I'm going to send you my phone number, and I would genuinely love to meet up and have a bite to eat or something. That would be lovely.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Brilliant.
Nice one, man. Thank you so much for calling. I love it.
Not at all. Well, keep going. I'm going to continue to watch while I make myself a cup of tea.
Oh, you're stopping a bit because we're going to watch an episode of El Dorado. So
even better. Yeah.
Feel free to bail out anytime you want. All right, man.
my love.
Nice to hear your
Keep up the
voice.
work.
See you later.
Okay,
Bye bye.
Bye.
What a nice bloke.
He was in an industry of a-holes.
I was going to say, for telly people, it's very rare to find someone that nice.
Joe is right. My sister's there. She worked with Justin's dad. I remember that being a thing at the time. What would that have been on? Not on Generation Game, would it? Anyway, Justin, my sister Jo Angel worked with your dad, and I think that was discussed back in the day. Yeah, what a really, really nice guy, and put up with me not at my best, and every day made a 2-hour TV, 2-hour live TV show is a tough. I don't think, apart from like Good Morning Britain, which is nothing. Is there a 2-hour live, like daily TV show? I don't know if there is.
Loose Women. Oh no, that's filmed, isn't it? That's recorded, isn't it? Loose Women.
I think it was recorded when I was on it. I don't know. It's a tough old gig, and it's one of those things. You talked earlier about being young and vivacious and not appreciating. Oh, man, I wish I had one more crack at that. What I could do with that show now, as an old man, what I could do with that show. Thank you, man.
That was beautiful.
That's really, really special. That's really, really special. That's made my week.
And another example of you thinking you were far worse than you were.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right so far. Although maybe I should have done it privately. I did feel as it, but yes, you're absolutely right. It happens when it happens. A bit of step 9. Mm-hmm. And I do remember one thing. I do remember that maybe he won't remember. Was so my mum was getting really ill around that time, and she got conned into buying a stair lift from a shit company. She got conned into buying a second-hand, reconditioned stair lift from a shit company. It was one of those ones where a bloke went round with a brochure, and he was there for about 4 hours, and then, I'll phone up my office and see what I can do. It's one of those, right?
Yeah.
And she was not at full capacity at that point. And 3 days after the stair, it cost like $7,000. Right? 3 days after the stair lift was installed, it broke, and it broke several times. One of them with her stuck on the stair lift, couldn't get up, couldn't get down, slept in the stair lift.
Oh God, that's awful.
One, she had to go upstairs on her bum, pulling herself up, right, and a few times she had to sleep. And it was broken. I remember phoning this company. I was doing Rise, and I was angry. I was coked up. I don't have to keep saying that. And I was getting really fucking. They said, how is this fucking acceptable? You $7,000. Well, we will send an engineer around when we can. It's not an emergency. I said, it's fucking emergency. Fucking slept on it last night. Fucking slept on the sofa last night. It's an emergency. Well, and this went on for about a week. And I said, right. I present a breakfast television show on Channel 4 called Rise. And I do hope you're going to be watching it tomorrow, because the whole 2 hours is going to be me talking about Tom Smith's chairlifts, whatever they call stair lifts. There's going to be 2 hours of that. So I hope you're watching. Of course, I had no intention of doing that. And I got in, and Justin, Ian, can we have a word? He took me into a room. I've just had quite a few solicitors on the phone saying that you're threatening to talk. And I said, of course I'm not going to talk about, can we get your assurance you're not, I said, just of course I'm not going to mention it. I'm bluffing. But they were shitting themselves.
Wow.
Rightfully so. Scumbags. Utter scumbags. That was fun. It's a studio. It's in Whiteley's shopping centre. I believe they still film Saturday. What's that show with Tim Lovejoy? Saturday Kitchen or something. Yes. And the monitors still have the Rise logo burnt into the screen because that was what was there all the time. There we go. That was fun. Thank you for that.